All right, we're live. We're not officially on YouTube. Let me refresh. Wrong phone. There we are.
Yeah, I need to do the same.
Yeah. So how you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I had some candy.
Yeah.
What kind of candy?
Got a big bag of Rolos.
Rolos.
And then some Nerds clusters.
Oh, that's one of my faves. It's just a
Mix
nerd
them
rope.
together. And a vanilla cola to go with it all.
Wow.
So I'm just jacked up on sugar over here.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Was playing some Stardew earlier. I had to cut my second day of the second spring short.
The crops are coming in though.
No, I don't.
Well, I just planted them. Just planted the crops.
So you missed the sunlight. What do you mean it came in? What came in short? What are you talking about?
So the days go from 6 a.m. I think it's 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You pass out, and I
All the
had
hard
to.
work.
And I went to bed at 1 p.m.
Oh wow.
because you guys were dedicated Tuesday for our dedicated fan who's not even in the chat.
Yeah, Sadu's in there.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah, Sadu's in there.
Welcome, Sadu.
All right, so now we can begin.
Falsehood.
We were waiting for Sadu to get in. We've been live for a few minutes there. So here we go. Episode, I think, 45, if I'm not mistaken, Jerry, right?
I was just.
I think I called it episode 45.
Didn't I say that last week? Is it 46? I don't know. I had deja vu of saying Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
I thought I called it
I could
45.
be tripping. Yeah, don't listen to me.
I'm pretty sure this is 45.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is 45.
45. So episode 45, Over the Show, Tubi, Nick D, live from New York City, Jarvis Jerry.
Beep boop bop boop.
So we got two quick shows to talk about, and then for our ending of the episode, we're going to do Oscar must watches. That's what we're going to call this. Oscar must watches. Must watch before the show. Yeah.
So, dude, you've got your homework. There's like 20 movies on that list.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more for us, Nick. But which ones we're gonna want to watch? I'm gonna watch.
Like, can't miss.
Can't miss this one. Yeah. All right. So, Nick, I feel like let's start off with you, Nick, because I know me and Jerry have already seen this and shit. Is there anything you watched this week? Last week?
Two things come to mind. I watched the fourth episode of Trigon. Still amazing. I think it's building in this really great way.
Jerry put that on the list too.
Yeah. I think
you're caught up on that too, Jerry.
Are you caught up, or did you just watch 3?
I'm caught up. I watched 4.
Sick. Zazie the Beast.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I'm really liking it.
And where is that available, Nick?
Crunchyroll. I was watching it on Hulu. I'm gonna switch over to Crunchyroll, and also I could be wrong. We were starting. I went over. No, I double checked. I'm right. Johnny Young Bosch, the old Vash, is doing the dub for the new Vash, and I'm like, oh, now I gotta go back and watch all these episodes in English.
Yeah, I was wondering
amazing.
if they were gonna do that. That's pretty cool. So I'll probably do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch them. And then the only other thing, which I would recommend, this is a weird one to do. I'm gonna throw this out to you too. One of like my favorite artists. This dude is so sick. Carlos Huante. He's the guy who designed like the Xenomorphs in Covenant and stuff. Like he after Geiger passed, I think he took a lot of the mantle of that kind of stuff. He worked on Raised by Wolves, and the last couple of days I've been watching his on YouTube. If you go to Carlos Huante's page, Huante, He has the stuff of him breaking down, making Pennywise from the last 2 It movies.
Oh,
And
wow.
again, it's just him kind of going through a sketchbook and digital things and like seeing how Pennywise evolved. And like it was always, they went in kind of knowing what he was going to look like. But then you can see Huante kind of like move,
How
like,
do you spell his name?
Huante. Yeah, let's throw a little something up. If you go to his Instagram or his YouTube. And I started watching those last night and just got like
YouTube.
hooked. I just put YouTube. Yeah, I I just meant to throw it on as like I was like cooking or something. I forget even what I was doing, and I just ended up like not eating, not cooking, and I was like, oh my god, just looking at this dude's sketchbook. He's a modern master. I'm obsessed with him. And if you're looking at the last thing I'll plug and then we'll move on. That movie Arrival with Amy Adams. He also there's like 2 or 3 videos that are like 45 minutes of him breaking down making those hand monsters from that Alien movie. Like there's a Pokemon he did. He's great. He's just, and like a lot of his videos, you can actually they're time lapses, so you can actually see him paint or draw the whole thing. Super sick. I would definitely recommend that if you guys like Pennywise or Xenomorphs or anything. But other than that, I think that's. And then I can take part in our headliner. I did watch You People.
Oh.
But yeah, Trigon and YouTube mainly. Oh, look at that Xenomorph. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's got a bunch of them. He designed all the Covenant stuff. Yeah, that was like.
I'm not to be a hater though, but I didn't really like the Covenant shit.
I think that's fair enough. Like that's a fine critique.
I wish they just would have kept them the way they are.
And I don't want to speak for him because again I really admire this guy. I don't think he liked the direction they went either. If you look at like a lot of the art he provided and like direction, he was like, I think you guys should do this. They didn't. Lindelof, I think, who directed that, didn't really listen to him.
I'm down for
I've got my opinions, like.
Yeah, I could see doing variations of Xenomorphs.
Yeah.
But like that one, it's too. I don't like it when they try to make them really humanized. Like,
yeah, I think you should
closer to us.
Like, watch this video, and I think you'd be like, yeah, I'm kind of on this guy's page. He suggested a lot.
Like
of
that
stuff.
shit looks a lot cooler.
Yeah. This is the stuff, the unused stuff.
Yeah, his unused. Yeah, I'm already digging the unused a lot better.
Yeah.
The unused is way like the finished product they made him go with. It's just a little. It's kind of corny looking. It's a little corny,
I agree. And then same thing with Prometheus. He breaks down all this stuff for Prometheus too. And same thing. He's like, I had a lot of things to say about that little snake thing in the cave, but they didn't listen.
Those movies mainly. The reason those movies are so fucking sick isn't because of the Xenomorphs or aliens at all. It's more of like David and just Fassbender just chewing the scenery, and then like. Well, also like the whole creators.
Yeah, the engineers totally.
Or engineers.
Yeah,
engineers. And they looked straight out of how they looked frozen in the thing, so that was just really cool.
Gas mask.
Yeah. And that's what I really enjoyed about those films. Okay. All right, Nick.
I recommend it.
That was a left fill. Yeah, great YouTube page. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. We'll have to look him up on YouTube.
And his Instagram, he's sick.
All right. Well, let's do that 90's show. Knock it out of the park real quick. Jerry, go ahead. Why don't you start us off with what you thought?
I mean, I just put it on because there's nothing on, so I just did it.
Real enthusiastic.
Red and Kitty, they look great. It was
They
a
do
thing
look
where it's
great.
like,
Yeah.
Karina and I watched it, and it was just like, wait, how old are they? Because I thought they were like, I don't know.
I thought they were in their
60s.
50s. Yeah, 60s.
Yeah, exactly. Like older.
70s, yeah.
And then it's just like, no, they were probably in their 40s.
Yeah.
And like now they're in their 60s.
Yeah.
Well, he had a cane randomly. He didn't start off with it, and then like episode 3 or something, he all of a sudden has a cane.
Wow.
And I don't know if that was a writing decision, or if it was he needs a cane. Even in that photo right there.
Happened.
Did it? I mean, maybe I spaced out on one. But even in that photo, like it looks like he's got a cane.
Kind of like they clipped one out right here.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I can see that. His arm looks like it's supporting.
Yeah.
his body weight, based on my assessment, my visual ocular pat down. We got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was fine, but I think personally I like that 70s show more.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Fuck it.
because it takes place in 95, so I would have been 8. But the way they're dressed is straight like 90s. That was cool. That's like Alice.
Yeah,
Black,
they have a Green Day shirt at one point, a Dookie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
like that her middle name was Tatooine. It's like, oh, come on.
No,
they
didn't. Then Donna says we didn't establish that.
So I have paid attention.
Break down the cast for me. So it's like, who are these?
Everyone.
So you said one of them
That's
is
Kelso.
Oh, okay.
Hyde, Fez. Not.
Are there 2 Kelsos? Oh, is one of them Eric?
No, they kind of did split him up into 2.
They did.
2 Kelsos. Wow.
Yeah, because
Kelsos.
Danny Matherson's too controversial, so they didn't want to. They cut ties with him altogether. Oh, I guess the girl. I guess what you're saying, Jerry, is that she's kind of a female version of him.
Like she's the wild kind of.
The girl in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's her best friend. So I guess you're right. You're right. She's playing the Steven.
Yeah, that's Eric.
So no one's Donna then, is what you're saying.
Well, again, I feel it's like the mix of Donna and.
Well, I feel like I thought that.
What's her name in the show?
It's weird.
Jackie and.
It's weird though because she also lives next door, and if she's Eric, then she's kind of Donna also because she's literally living in Donna's room.
It's a whole slew of things. They're roughly getting it.
Yeah, it's a weird take.
But I don't know. It's fine. It's like I didn't hate it, but it's like I think the second season could get better. I think once they get do some more 90s references and this and that, like
a couple cameos from like the old show was cool because they try to get cameos from that time period, like Alice Cooper, but he's super old. And it always that was like almost made it funnier because it's like, oh, they got a cameo from someone from the 70s,
like a 70s
but it's the 90s, early 2000s, and they look, you know what I mean? So that was funny. So it'd be hilarious if they had Green Day, like, and they would probably be down, like they popped up or something like that. You know what I mean? So I was kind of hoping for that because that's kind of what made the other show really work. And I was hoping for more of the classic jokes to be brought up or new versions of it, like the burn and all that. And they really haven't hit those yet. They do the circle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They smoke a bunch of pot in it, yeah. Which
Again,
that's cool that they kept that up.
Do a second, like the second season, they can nail some of these things down.
But all the cameos so far, to be honest, kind of sucked. It was cool to see Bob pop back up. And he's technically a grandpa too, you know. So that was awesome. Actually, Tommy was the best cameo. Yeah, there's Bob. Tommy Chong.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
What's his name in the show? I'm on a blank.
Oh man.
I think that 70s show was one of the last sitcoms I ever really watched. Like this was one of the last ones that I was like, man, I really liked that 70s show back in the day.
I mean, if you really liked it, Nick, I would say watch that 90s show.
I actually might check it out. You know what's also crazy?
It's only 10 episodes. It's so fast.
I feel like I was talking about it with Max or something. I actually didn't realize till right now, or maybe back then, but recently, and it was a show. I thought it was like going to be like an hour special. I didn't think it was like, oh, it's a season of something. Like I didn't realize that. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I thought it was going to be like one of those like Friends reunions things where it's like it's one story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
How many episodes are there?
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it flies by. So what would you give it, Jerry? I mean, let's not compare it to that 70s show because that's really hard.
It's its own thing.
Well, it's also a giant body of work. You know, these people got to grow. Like the first season of that 70s show isn't the best. It's the later seasons when they're like really in the groove.
Then Foreman went to go be Venom. Never came back.
I would say it's a solid B.
Okay.
I think if they do a second, third season, I think they can really get it down, like you're saying. Get like a thing in there for Burns and
Yeah.
do some of the old jokes, but new
Versions of them, yeah. Some
and
cameo,
again,
some
just
like
more,
classic
yeah,
cameos.
and just more 90s stuff. Yeah, again, didn't hate it, but some of the acting felt a little overdone, but it's definitely worth putting on in the background.
What was the rating there? A B, you said?
B.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid B.
So what I'm gonna my little 2 cents I'm gonna throw in real quick is the original cast cameos. Off tops, I knew we weren't gonna see Eric. I didn't even think we were gonna see Eric. So in the first episode, spoilers, when he's in there, I realized instantly, okay, we're gonna get our one scene with Topher Grace, and then he's out. And that's exactly what you get, right? So that's cool that they did that, but like I don't think they even need to do that season 2. Same thing with Ashton Kutcher and the Mila Kunis. Their scene
They don't
was
show up?
no, they do.
Oh, they do.
Everybody shows up, Nick. Everybody shows up. The only person that doesn't show up is Danny Masterson. Yeah, Hyde, which makes sense, and they don't even reference him, which is a little bit of a disservice in my opinion because there was obviously the easiest joke to make, where like Hyde ended up exactly where we thought he would.
Yeah.
And you know what? You might as well throw it out there because the dude's a piece of shit, so his character should just be written off as a piece of shit.
I agree. And get the edgy points. Get the credit for making such a joke. You're
Make
on
the
Fox.
joke.
Or no, you're not on Fox. You're on Netflix.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want. You're on Netflix.
Make the joke. Yeah, make the joke. And the weird thing with Fez, to go back to another cast member that's no longer there, the weird thing with Fez is that they have him kind of banging. 2 of the characters are half siblings, and they live next door. The girl that the Hyde girl, and the girl, the gentleman making out with the girl in the back, they're half siblings, and they live next door. And their mom's kind of like a white trash 90s bimbo. Okay. Classic white trash 90s bimbo.
Yeah.
And they have Fez kind of banging her in what, Jerry, 3 episodes, I think it is. Fez is the only dude they had written in there for multiple episodes, and it's awesome to see him. He obviously also needed some work.
Yeah. I mean, what else has he been in recently?
But
I haven't seen him in years.
That's clearly a writing off about how he used to bang the sister, Eric's sister, and how she was kind of a white trash bimbo from the 70s style.
Yeah.
And they're having him do it again, right? And that's cool, but I thought, there you go. Jerry's got the girl on the screen. It could have been written better, Jerry. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're underutilizing Fez already, and he's the only guy they got that's appearing so far. They even brought back the bald gay man that he always argues with. You don't remember this? Fez does. You don't remember any of this?
Right. Wait, was it really him? Wow,
yeah, it was really him.
The principal from Community.
Yeah, it's the principal from Community. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And he's like
that guy's great. That character actor, that he pops up in some great stuff.
Jim Brash.
He was in the last 2 seasons of that 70s show when Fez has an apartment with Mila Kunis' character, and he's
I
their.
Think I made it that far. I think I tapped out once Eric left.
He's their landlord, and he's hella like rude to them, and they always get into it. And it's also, I'll point this out to you too, Nick D. They always kind of hinted on like Fez almost being bisexual or something. Yeah. Right? And now in the news show, the Fez character, they automatically just make him gay. Which I was also like, all right, like, I see what you guys are doing. Like,
it makes sense for Fez. It's like, okay.
I'm just saying that they like Jerry pointed out that character. He's like, oh, that's the new Fez, Jerry. He's the but they keep the shtick up.
There's so many stand-ins. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
But they keep the shtick up. You know how like Fez always in the early seasons said his girlfriend lived overseas or back home where he was from or something. This dude says his boyfriend lives in Canada and he met him at camp. And all of the rest of them were like, bullshit. So it's the same joke from the original show. I mean, I was a really big fan. Like I said, I was a big fan of that 70s show. So I caught on, like Jerry named it off perfectly. Like, you're right. Like the weird thing is, Jerry, with the whole a lot of them are like multi-character. Like she's Hyde, but she's also kind of Donna because she lives next door.
Yeah.
And it's like this weird multi thing.
Yeah.
My bad. Give me 1 second. I gotta mute myself. Give me 1 second.
You got the people that dropping off delivery.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, for sure.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Jerry, my point being though, I really enjoyed it, but I did like there was little things that like as a big fan, I feel like they could have cleaned up a little bit, and a few things that I thought were too easy of hanging fruits, like the new Fez character being gay, a little too easy of hanging fruit. You know, like you could have make the girl next door character gay. You know, throw it off a little bit. Don't make the Fezzy character. Make the Fezzy character just.
I think they might do that still.
You think so?
I don't know. I think they'll throw another curveball in.
A later curveball?
Some other curveball.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. I will watch another season. But I'll agree with you. I thought it was a B minus. A lot of room for improvement, but it was great to see the original cast pop back up again.
And yeah, I do like Red and Kitty. So
yeah, I didn't even give them enough props. You already kind of talked about them, but they were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight.
They were probably my favorite part of the first season. Like Red and Kitty, like for me, I really did vibe with them as characters. I liked them.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, do you think it's better than if it were just Eric and Donna with their kid? It's like, okay, I like that it's Red and Kitty.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and like to be honest too, like I'm a big I've caught up on home economics, which is what's his name's show, and I wouldn't want him to leave that to come back to this anyways, to be honest, because he's great on that other show, and it's a different type of writing. They're both sitcom comedies, but the writing on the other one I think is better suited for him right now, and I think he. Instantly, when he was playing the Eric role, you could tell he doesn't want to. There was that whole thing. Like I knew instantly, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but like, there's no way we're gonna see him and Ashton Kutcher on screen together.
Why do they hate each other or something?
Yeah, like
that's why
the whole leaving of the show was over them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're giving Ashton more time, and what's his face? Venom was like, nah, bro, I'm Venom. And they're like, well, we got Ashton, so. Bye. Say hello to Randy.
Yeah.
And then Ashton ended up leaving anyways. And then they had nobody.
Yeah.
What did Ashton leave to do? Do you know? Like, what was his thing after this?
I think it was like that Butterfly movie or something.
I think just movies.
Yeah, just movies.
This movie thing.
What is that movie called? I forgot.
Butterfly Effect.
Butterfly Effect.
Dude.
It was not good.
I have not thought of that movie in like 10
I always
years
think of it. It was so not good.
So
I almost want to rewatch it.
Ask him about it.
I almost want to rewatch it.
I kind of want to rewatch it.
We should do it, Nick. We should do a live stream.
Yeah.
To follow along.
Follow along.
Was that movie before or after Donnie Darko?
After. Way after. Yeah. Yeah, way after.
Butterfly Effect.
But yeah, I mean, altogether, I would recommend it. I kind of was a little disappointed, but talking about it now with Jerry and stuff, it makes me like reflect on like, and it was just cool to. It's a different way of doing what you were saying, Nick, where it's like, we're gonna do a reunion show, but it's not. It's like, here's the new version.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. What's
Butterfly Effect was one of the early ones. So dude, Where's My Car?
Oh, Dude, Where's My Car was classic. That was great.
Yeah.
So 2006 is when that 70 show started. So he was already doing movies because he did Just Married, and I like that movie.
Who's in Just Married? I feel like I saw that, but I don't know.
Brittany Murphy.
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
R.I.P.
Where they like get married and go to Europe. On their honeymoon. It's funny. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I remember this. Also, just for that record, the call was the Safeway delivering man saying he's like, dude, I'm like 10 minutes out. I know I'm late. And I'm like, oh, take your time. So I will have to get up again. He was just making sure it was cool if he still came by.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
That 90's show.
All right. let's get on to the next one so that Nick can talk before maybe the guy gets there.
And I'll be. It's real quick. It's like 2 or 3 bags.
So-
I just gotta. Some of it's frozen. Yeah.
We got what's our next one, Jerry?
You people. Or
Do
what
the
else?
You people.
You people.
Um,
We'll do you people, and then we'll do the Oscar pre-prediction pre-show pre-show show.
Pre-show show.
Yeah. So Nick, what'd you think? You watched it, I know, in 2 parts.
Did
what is this? Because I haven't
It's
seen
a
it.
Netflix movie written by Jonah Hill and someone else. I'm drawing a blank on his
It's
name.
the gentleman that did Blackish.
Yeah, and they wrote it together, and then he directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you bear it?
Can you bear it?
He
I'm
also
pretty sure. Is he in it? Is he the guy on?
he has a cameo. He's
plane?
he's the gentleman on the plane. He's the gentleman on the plane. He's the gentleman on the plane.
Great little cameo. One of the best scenes. I really liked it. I will say it's not even a criticism, but I will say I have one real big criticism. But first half of the movie, so hilarious. Laughed, loved it. Second half of the movie that I watched today, real good. Still
Really,
a great movie.
breathing in and out
Not
like there.
not as many jokes as the first half. You know what I mean? Like it is two very different vibes. And like the whole thing is great, but when you watch it in 2 pieces, you definitely feel that. Like you feel that it's like comedy, everybody's laughing. Oh, and now we're in the drama. Now here's the back half of this movie. And it's good, but it's like pretty much add an hour, it becomes a different thing. It's like, okay.
It's just I think what it was, Nick, for me, real quick, because I know what you're saying on this.
Yeah.
I think that it was that the whole time. It was like drama, comedy, but it was just there was enough comedy that it was funny. But then the movie, the movie really slows down in the second half without giving any big spoilers because I still think Jerry should watch it.
My criticism.
This just came out. Too. Like I think Friday on the Netflix.
First half
January
Sunday,
27th.
second half today. Yeah.
They do a real quick too. They do a horrible job promoting stuff because I had never even heard of this. I just happened to put on Netflix and it was the first thing, so I guess they got that going for them. And I saw the 2 of them, but I never heard of it. Like never saw a trailer, nothing before this.
Same with me. I was at my buddy's house and he just put it on. Like I was like, I don't know what this is. I've never even heard of this. And he's like, I watched a little bit of it. It's great. Let's just start it over. I was like, all right.
It's funny. It's definitely pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean, Nick. I definitely feel you on that criticism. Like it definitely the second half, the whole storyline kind of slows down. But it was cool to see Eddie Murphy playing a less than a lead role.
Yeah. And he every scene he's in, he owns. Like he's the best.
Yeah, he's real funny.
But he's also
in it.
not carrying the movie, so he kind of gets to be whatever he wants in this.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Dreyfus.
Amazing.
She's phenomenal in it. Like she plays Jonah Hill's mom, Jerry, and she's just great in it.
Duchovny. Mulder's amazing in this movie.
Yeah, everybody's great. My only little criticisms I will say is that some of the editing and some of the filmmaking choices were a little over the top. I thought in some scenes there's like a crossfade thing that really stood out to me when they go to Vegas or something that I was like, whoa, that was a weird choice. Nothing too big nothing that ruined the movie, but just was kind of felt out of place. But yeah, great. Like I said, great to see Eddie Murphy. For me, a big Eddie Murphy fan. Awesome to see him playing a smaller role in an actual good movie.
Yeah.
Because Coming to America 2 really disappointed me.
Because I heard it was a little rough.
The Dolomite one was really good, and I was like, dang, Eddie Murphy's back doing good movies. And then Coming to America 2 came out, and I was like, no, too soon. So once again, cool to see him in a good movie. There's talks of a Beverly Hills Cop 4. Yeah, and if that's true, he's getting a little warm up. Jonah Hill too, though. I'm a big
Jonah Hill is great.
Yeah, I like Jonah Hill. Always been a fan since Superbad, so he's still doing his thing. I personally,
It's funny how like Jonah Hill's got like this kind of shtick that he does where he's almost like a Christopher Walken, where Jonah Hill just plays Jonah Hill, but in this movie he's still like doing it in like this interesting way. Like he's not just. It doesn't feel like he's phoning it in. Like Jonah Hill's like acting his heart out in this movie. It's great.
yeah. I'm gonna give it a B minus. I enjoyed it. It was a good film. I don't know if I'll watch it again. And it was a little too. It's like a dark comedy, and it's funny and stuff. But it was also like a lot of like awkward scenes. Like I've been watching White Lotus.
A lot of awkward scenes.
That White Lotus television show, and it's a lot like that, where it's like some of these scenes are really funny, but they're really just the most awkward moments ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're like, oh, I just feel, awkward.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
His boss, though, there's a scene with his boss where he quits Jerry. That's fucking is kind of the dynamite. Like there's a few really funny. There's a few scenes that really. That's why I bump it to a B minus, because there's some scenes in the movie that I really enjoyed, but there's a lot of just real awkwardness.
The boss is great. It's the dude from Upright Citizens Brigade. He's also in Veep. I'm drawing a blank on his name.
He's in a bunch of shit. He's a great character.
He's a legend. Oh, and there's the dude on the left is in The Office, and then the dude on the right is also a famous sketch guy from like The State, right?
No, he was on New Girl.
That's not the guy.
I don't know. Anyways, what'd you give it though, Nick? Overall for the movie?
I mean, I'd give it a B. Like it's like I really liked it. Like again, I'll bring up my major criticism when it's not a spoiler for Jerry.
I don't fucking care. I don't fudging care.
Do you think you're gonna watch it?
It doesn't matter if I watch it or not.
I'll just say this then: when they they do this thing where this guy brings up like, oh, you should have like a Tron themed wedding, and it's like when the wedding happens and the door is opened up, I was like, let's see it, dude. I can't wait to see this Tron wedding. And it wasn't. It was a bullshit ass wedding. And I was like, that's fucking stupid. Why even that's fudging stupid. Why even bring up the Tron wedding if we're not going to do it?
They said no to the Tron wedding though.
But again, how much funnier would it have been if Eddie Murphy at the end executive decision? He's like, no, I thought we all agreed on the Tron wedding.
Or at least show that guy that was talking about it in the Tron outfit and like holding two of them up. Like, you all don't want to wear these?
And, like he married them or something.
Yeah.
And like I will say, when the door opened and it wasn't that, I was actually angry. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, because again, it had been by that point, we're talking like 30-ish minutes without a joke. So I kind of needed a joke. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact that it wasn't one, and it was like, oh, everyone's dancing in a song, and I was like, so that one little nugget really bothered me. That's the door. I'll be right back. That was a great moment to go out on. Let's get the Oscar thing ready.
Yeah, we'll pull up the Oscars. All right, so we both gave it. I gave it a B minus. Nick D gave it a B. I would say it's worth watching. If you got Netflix, it's definitely worth watching. It's a top tier if you have Netflix. If you don't feel bad that you're not.
You don't need to go and sign up.
No.
Netflix.
It's definitely not a sign up for Netflix joint.
Okay.
But it was good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so what do we got next, Jerry? Oh, we got the Oscars, right?
I believe it's the Oscars.
Yeah. So we're going to do our Oscars pre-show show.
Yeah. I have a list, but it doesn't have pictures. Pictures are always fun.
So do you got any questions? You want to field something? Throw something out there?
Are you still there, City? What's going on? What are your thoughts? How you feeling?
He's like, I don't care.
Want
Sidhu's disappointed with tonight's show. He's like, I'm not going to watch either of these things. I have no interest in that 90s show, and I do not care about...
Chat. There's 3 people. Probably just one other person.
What's interesting...
What do you want to see from us?
What language is that you got up there?
Ukrainian.
You always pull up the weirdest posters. I love it, Jerry.
Well, they're just different than the other ones.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like, a lot of them are just like that one where they're on the couch. looking at each other. I wish I brought my candy in here.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. All right. Well, let's move on. Do we got the Oscars? Pull it up.
I do recommend it, Jared. Like, is it good? Like, if you're just working on something, and you want someone in the background. The first half is hilarious, and the second half is good. It's just not as hilarious.
Sadu has a couple questions.
Oh yeah. Sadu, are you going to see it? Have you seen it? I don't have the chat open, so let me know what Sadu says.
Oh, buddy. I want to see it.
I don't know what it is. I haven't heard it. There's so many things on here that I don't know what they are. I think it is. Yeah, it's a second from the bottom of this top list. Yeah.
For best director. All right. So, get into it, buddy. Yeah.
Banshees of
Are we
Ireland?
starting with the Banshees of Inisherin?
So does anyone know what that is? So best picture.
Best
All
Picture.
Quiet on the Western Front. I do want to see that because I
might as well just steal
read the book.
top
I
ones.
like World War I stuff.
I didn't
Was
know
that World War
that.
II or is that World War One? That's World War One. I gotta look. I haven't seen it, but I want to. I also, dude, I got like 2 or 3 Christmases ago at this point, I got 1918, 1914, whatever. Still haven't watched it.
1917.
Yeah, that was like years ago. And it's like, dude, I gotta watch that. I have it. World War One. I just looked. Also, yeah, like kind of like undeserved. Like it's like I don't know. It's all politics anyway. It's like did they just nominated because it was James Cameron? I'm like, what? That was not even in the top 10 of the year. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, like narrative, yeah. 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 Yeah.
So there's this, that it's just the pictures, and we won't necessarily know the categories, but
Let's keep that open just for posters though, because it's like there's gonna be movies that I'm like, I don't know what this is, and maybe the poster can give us a little insight. The Banshees of Inisherin. Does anyone know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Oh, Colin
Farrell.
I think he could have. He was amazing in Penguin. It would be great if the special effects team did something for that. Like he was great in Batman. He crushed it this year. Were those his only 2 movies this year? Is he on here a 3rd time? Oh, is this by the people who did In Bruges, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did want to see this. I've heard good things about this, and this is like the In Bruges team. I think that's what's going on here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely see that now. Now remembering which one it is. Definitely will see it.
Inisherin.
Oh, Sadu's saying it's on HBO Max. And to go back to his other one,
Even to make
Karina's
a
read
note
the
of this.
book. The book's called A Man Called Ove or Ove. She read the
Oh, I
book.
feel
She
like I've
liked
heard
it.
of that. I feel like I've maybe.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe I was talking to
it's
Karina, but I was gonna say, I was like, oh, I feel like I've heard that.
yeah. I mean, it's
I didn't see it.
didn't see it.
But is it
Eh,
like?
I don't know.
Is it like a real story? Like in the sense of like I feel like I actually know a lot about Elvis's life. Like, is it like does it get into it, or is this like a romanticized? This doesn't feel like they're gonna give us the real story of Elvis of drugs and
So when
wilds
we
and you do okay because I will say from the trailer it didn't give me that impression. Yeah, it's more of a Colonel Tom Colonel
I don't
get
know.
his name. No, I'm frozen on my screen too. Yeah.
Oh, looking for the. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, I was frozen on my screen too. That was crazy. Dude, really? That's great. I'm jealous, dude. I love Graceland. Graceland's sick, dude. Yeah, dude. You gotta hit that gift shop. I'm gonna need like a T-shirt or something. Yeah, he looks good. Looks like Elvis. Penguin. Colin Farrell. Yeah.
Sadu can't hear you.
Me?
Tubes.
Oh,
Tubes. Thank you for the update. Sadu.
yeah. Thank you, Sadu. Again, I can't see Sadu. Sadu, did you see Banshees or I know you saw Avatar. Did you see Elvis? Like, just chime in as we go along. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mm, yeah. Jared's listening back one sec.
Yeah,
If
I don't know what
you leave the room, what will happen? Will that end the stream? Can you just leave the room and come back? Hmm.
Yeah.
Um.
Everything everywhere all at once.
I mean, this
That
was like
was.
Check.
one of my favorite of
All right, I
last
think I'm
year.
back. Sadu, let me know if I'm back. Sound off on there, Sadu.
But yeah, that was a cool one.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadu, let me know.
I think
Second one.
so
Did you?
far.
Sadu
Tubes
said
is asking you to let him.
He has watched he hasn't watched Banshees, but he's planning on watching it before the Oscars.
Sick.
I think I'm back because it's showing it. I don't know. Mine on
Yeah.
Streamlabs, real quick. It was the bar was frozen midway through. I can hear you. Yeah, I can tell. But that's weird.
Sick. Amazing.
I unplugged it, plugged it back in. The mic. You know what I'm saying, Jared?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Let's hurry this up.
Yeah, this is the only movie I've seen.
Yeah.
That's the one movie I want to see, but I have not seen. Or not. Well, not only movie, because I really actually I want to see that, and then the next movie, The Feeblemans, the Spielberg movie about his career or whatever. I really want to see that. That's high on my list. That's high on my list. Kevin Smith has said really good things about it, and it won best Golden Globes.
Yeah. I've heard good things, and I saw the trailer, but admittedly, like it didn't grab me. Like I saw the trailer for that movie, I'm like, I don't think that's a Nick movie, a Nick D
I think
movie.
it's a filmmaker's movie. Like if you're into
Yeah.
filmmaking,
Yeah,
you'll
I might
you'll
give it a
like this
try
movie,
and
'cause
start it.
It's
Is it gonna be like 4 hours? It feels like it's gonna be one of those like epic.
I
Goes on.
don't think so. Yeah, I can't say until I see it. I'll come back
Yeah.
and tell you guys whether it's worth watching or not.
Oh hell yeah!
The other thing, real quick though, Jerry, like I don't know if you saw, like I will say this is one more of a thing about the Elvis film. So far, way better than the Queen or any of the rest of them. Like the dude acting everything wise, and it
Yeah.
it's a more interesting story.
And I never saw the Elton
Turn your
John.
mic up, Tubes.
Did you guys see the Elton John movie?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I saw
me
that.
neither,
The Elton
but-
John one was all right. The Elton John
I
one
saw
was
the
interesting because
Queen one.
they got way more dirty than I thought they would.
Really?
They showed some
Cool.
stuff in that one. Yeah, it was interesting. All right. Anyways, moving on. So what else we got here?
I don't know what Tar is.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah. Can we go back and see if we can see the poster? What do we think Tar is on that one tab? Oh, okay. Oh, what is this? This film is set in an international world of classical music, centers on Lydia Tarr, widely considered one of the greatest living composer, conductors, and first ever female chief conductor of a major German orchestra. Kind of cool. I like that stuff. I like classical music. I like, that subject-wise, I'm like, oh, I could get into that. That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm thinking the exact opposite. I'm just going to be on my not watch list.
Yeah.
Unless it wins, which probably will not.
Yeah.
Top
Never
Gun,
saw Top Gun.
you never saw that.
Top Gun was amazing, but I don't think I've thought about it once since I left the theater. I left the theater being like, that movie was sick, but never thought about it again.
It was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I think the hype on it now, especially getting a Best Picture nomination, it seems a little overboard in my opinion. I think it's on the level with Avatar of like kind of crazy. It's on the list to be honest, but
and I feel like it's kind of the same thing too. Where I think of it like I wouldn't be surprised if a big part of why it was nominated was all that B-roll of jets. I bet that was real hard to get, and the fact that those shots are so amazing that they're like, you gotta nominate someone for just like the camera work that they did. Tom. I keep saying Tom Cruise. Top Gun looked amazing.
Tom
jet
Cruise
stuff-
looked amazing too, though.
Yeah, he did.
He did too.
Sadu agrees.
Yeah. I mean,
but Tom
Obama
Cruise movies
push.
are all the same.
No, I don't agree with that statement.
What was it again?
Top Gun.
All Tom Cruise movies are the same.
Top Gun movies are nothing like Mission Impossible at all. Like they only do plane, and it's more like plane drama. And this one's more interesting too because, I mean, there's no need to not spoil it because whatever. But like, he's not even the main storyline necessarily. It's almost like him doing the Eddie Murphy thing where he's like second bill almost in a weird way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the main character. He's just not the main character.
He's the main character, but it's not his story.
Yeah.
It's Rooster's story.
He's the teacher. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So Rooster has just as much screen time. You could argue that it's like, well, it's Rooster's fucking movie, fudging movie.
It's a good movie. I'm just surprised that it made the list.
Yeah.
Just surprised.
Yeah.
Very surprised. The Triangle of Sadness we already mentioned, right?
I don't know what that is.
What is that? Woman's Talk?
Women Talking. I also don't know what that is.
Never heard of that one. Frances McDormand, which is
I know that name.
she's married to one of the Coen brothers.
Oh,
She's won best.
I
She's
know
won
who she
best
is, yeah.
actress quite a few times. I think 2 to 3 times. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I'm like, okay, I know. Who you're talking about.
Dude, she's in so many good movies. She's a great actress. So if she's in that film, I'm sure that movie's really, really good. That's probably that might be worth watching. I'd have to watch a trailer to make that determination, but all right, let's scroll down and see if it's just a lot of the same stuff. Best directors, so Banshees, we already mentioned. Everything All at Once, another one. Fablemans with Spielberg. I would like to see Spielberg win that because it would just be interesting to see Spielberg take it down. You know, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Have
you
old man
think
Spielberg up on the mic.
Whale hype can carry Brendan Fraser into Best Lead Actor? Because when I look, I mean, I didn't see anything in that list. I have not seen a single movie, but from what people are talking about for Best Lead Actor, it seems like it's going to be the Whale, right?
I think so, but I think the Elvis daughter dying might be a last-minute push for Austin Butler to take the win. I hate to say that, but here's what you think about, dude. That made all the big news, especially probably down south in SoCal. Yeah. I mean, it made big news up here even, you know, with her passing away.
Yeah.
And she had just been at the Golden Globes, this, that, the other, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that whole – because they all vote, whatever, you know, down there. I feel like that might be a whole thing where people are like, I just saw, you know, that – and they rewatched Elvis just because of that, you know, or something. I don't know. So I don't know. That might hurt him. But, yeah, I saw The Whale. I really enjoyed it. Me and BK saw it in theaters a couple weeks ago. It was really cool. It's not at all what I thought it was going to be like. And there's definitely like a weird twist ending-ish, kind of. I don't know. It's not even a twist. It's just a weird ending. Yeah, it's cool.
Do we know where is that? I'm going to add that to the must-watch.
I mean, I saw it in theaters, so I have no idea. I don't think it's out yet.
It'll probably be on streaming in a week or two or so.
Now that the Oscar list is out, yeah, I assume so.
Do we know what After Sun is? We haven't talked about that. I don't know what After Sun or Living is.
Nah, never heard of either of them.
Yeah. Blonde and Best Lead Actress. That's Marilyn Monroe. Is that what Blonde is?
Yeah.
Okay. I think our mom saw that. Our mom was talking about it. I don't know if she
looked
saw
very good, but I wasn't very intrigued, to be honest.
I feel like I haven't even. I've seen like stills. I don't even think I've seen a trailer.
And to be honest, the rest of the stuff, like I haven't seen any of the movies. And like I said, I would like to see Fablemans, but I can't say anything about any of these. So that kind of sucks.
Supporting.
I really need to see Everything Everywhere All at Once isn't available anywhere yet, but I need to see that.
It's gonna
pop up.
It's gonna go home with something. Like for all these nominations, it's gonna get something. Like
well, no, she's winning, Nick. She's winning for Best Lead. I would love to see. He's up for Best Lead Actor.
I think it's on Showtime,
which would be crazy. Or no, but wait, Best Lead Actress, Best Supporting Actor is the dude from Indiana Jones. He's on there, right?
Yeah.
But then Best Supporting Actress isn't. Yeah.
And I love Brendan Gleeson.
Jamie Lee Curtis. If Jamie Lee Curtis were to win for Best Lead Supporting Actress, that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
So that'd be cool. The chick from The Whale, too, was really, really good. So that'd be cool if she won, too.
Angela Bassett from Wakanda. That's great.
Yeah, she won Golden Globes. I don't know if I thought that. I don't know. I didn't super love that movie. She was great in it.
Yeah.
But I feel, I don't know.
I also, again, I didn't see any of the male ones, but it's like, I mean, if you're nominating her, like, why not nominate the guy who played Namor? He did great in terms of supporting actors.
I don't think so.
You know?
I don't think
he
so
was,
at all.
He was the best. I think for me, Namor's the likable part of that movie. Like that's.
Nick. I'm not disagreeing at all, but I don't think he was good enough to get a Best Supporting Actor nomination. That's crazy.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that she even got one, let alone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This year is a change of the times. We got a lady up for Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Right. That's a Marvel movie. We got freaking Everything All at Once is like a sci-fi film or some weirdo stuff. It's all over the place. You got Avatar and Top Gun on there too. It's just a crazy list this year. All right, for screenplay, anything interesting here?
All the same stuff.
This All Quiet on the Western Front kind of only got a couple nominations here, Nick. Definitely worth checking out, but only a couple of nominations.
Yeah.
Then we got original screenplay. We got Fablemans again. I got a Triangle of Sadness. I really want to see that. That's definitely on my list.
It's so Everything Everywhere All at Once is on Showtime.
So I don't got Showtime. That sucks.
Nick does.
I do. Can either get my
maybe I'll
password or
I'll,
come over
I'll
and
swing
watch
by.
it.
Yeah, I'll swing by or something. We will watch it. BK was talking about still trying to see it in theaters. I don't know what happened with that, but
I bet it will be in theaters in
it is
in
right
a
now.
couple of weeks.
It
Yeah.
came
Oh,
back.
is it? Nice.
Yeah, it came back
Yeah.
right now. Original
It's a beautiful movie.
screenplay.
Beautiful movie.
I mean, I kind of want to see Spielberg take this down without even seeing it. Just knowing that it's about his own life would be cool. A movie man writing a movie about making movies and then wins the Oscar for it is kind of, to me, that's the full circle awesomeness.
Like clean sweep.
Yeah, that's like what it's all about. You made a career off of making movies. You're E.T. Jurassic Park motherfucker. Like, come on. It's the king of all, right? And then you win an Oscar about making movies.
Yeah.
That would just be the ultimate. Jaws. I mean, I could keep my mind could just keep Indiana Jones. I mean, we can name off Spielberg films.
Close Encounters.
I'm a big Spielberg fan, Jerry. Like, in my opinion, while
Spielberg-
he's still around, give the man all the awards we can while he can still get up there and speak and talk into the microphone. Same with Tarantino. It's like next time a Tarantino movie comes out, he better get Best Director next time because we all know it's like supposedly the last thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be
I'll
his
be
last
on
chance.
I'll be on Tarantino push the next time we got a Tarantino, but right now I'm on Spielberg push.
Is he still doing Star Trek? Is that still a thing?
Nah, I think they scrapped it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Nick, we'll have to save it because we're already pushing an hour, but we didn't even get to do the DC stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we can save that.
Put that. Put those links in the chat though later in the Discord chat.
I did.
Did
they're
you?
in there.
Oh, maybe we'll
Yeah.
get to it. We'll see how long the rest of this takes us. All right, All Quiet on the Western Front, another Elvis. I don't that other movie I haven't heard of.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Cinematography.
Oh, was that cinematography we just went by?
Yeah, that was All Quiet, Bardo, Elvis.
Elvis
Empire
is
of
up for
Light.
cinematography, huh? I mean, it was shot cool. That's the other thing is that some of the scenes and the sets they have for Elvis look real. I love that time period. So the set, I think for sets they should have been up. All right, best documentary. Anything interesting here? That's a hard one because these just weird titles.
Yeah.
Can't even tell what there's going on here. All right, well, I wish they'd also told you where they were available. They should just have it where they're available.
That would be huge. Yeah.
Best documentary
They do on
short.
that other thing.
Do they?
Yeah, that's how I knew the other one was on Showtime.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, the other thing.
What about Triangle of Sadness, and where is it available?
Up your button around the corner.
Damn.
let me,
Well, that's not very far. I'll be able to watch that then for sure.
It's,
Let me go check it.
You can rent it on iTunes.
Oh, I can rent it on iTunes? Thanks, Jeff. Captain Obvious.
Well, other ones you could just buy. This one you can at least rent. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
is
not
that-
streaming.
I haven't looked at iTunes in such a hot minute. Is that a thing now where they don't even let you you have to buy a lot of stuff? They don't even let you rent it anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be
I
either
haven't
or.
so.
signed into iTunes in so long.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I there was a time period there where I was buying movies on iTunes. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is what I'm gonna do from here on out. And then it became like, well, you don't even need to do that anymore because Disney
Yeah.
Plus came out, and then I was like, well, all the Marvel and Star Wars are here.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
yeah.
that was what I was buying off of iTunes was Marvel and Star Wars, to be honest. And Fast and Furious. Then HBO Max came out. They had Fast and Furious, so that's stupid. I purchased all those, and that's stupid. Don't get me started, guys. All right, what else we got here? Editing. That's my favorite category. And I don't think I was not impressed by Elvis. Well, Elvis had some all right editing. Top Gun was basic. I mean, pretty basic editing. I think everything everywhere all at once, from what it looks like with the psychedelicness, right? Looks like some badass editing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So it'll probably take that.
And again, like I know I haven't seen anything, but I just feel like out of nominations alone, I'm like everything everywhere all at once really could sweep this. Like I wonder like I wonder what they're gonna walk away with.
Here's the thing, Nick. They were up for all the same they were up for almost everything at the Golden Globes, and they did not sweep. They got a few, but they did not sweep.
Yeah.
And always remember, when Spielberg's up for something, I'm not the only one that has a Spielberg crush.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a cute little old man. Give him his awards.
He's not like talking about retiring, right? Is he?
No,
is he
I
like,
don't
this
think
is my
so.
last movie? Okay,
But it does seem like with this movie,
yeah,
it's like, is he?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
But I
he's
don't know.
like,
I don't think
maybe he's
so.
like, I just got to do it while I can, and
I
there's
think
still
we're
more
getting
to
ET too.
come. That'd be so sick.
Revenge of ET. No, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm making
exactly.
shit up now. All right, best original song. These will be the performances, right? So who do we got here? Anyone dope? Oh, a Lady Gaga. I hope she doesn't actually show up for Top Gun. Huh? Didn't know that. Wakanda
I
Forever.
still need to see that. Like,
Yeah, that one.
everyone. I would not everyone, but people on the internet are kind of pissed that RRR was snubbed. They were saying that it should have been nominated for more than best original song. So, Simone saw it and he said it was amazing. I need to see it. It's on my list.
It
heard it's
lost
great.
at the Golden Globes for foreign film, and I thought
Wow.
because Fats had told me that it was really good, and I as well had heard other people on the internet say good things about it, that I was like, oh, it's for sure winning foreign film, right? And it did not. So then I thought to myself, oh, maybe it's one of those. I haven't watched it, but I seen the trailer or the still frame. It looks a little bit. Maybe it's a little too actiony, but at the same time, you got Top Gun on the list, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do want to check that out. I think that's Netflix.
Yes. It's something I have. I know I bookmarked it on something.
Yeah, I
Hulu or
bookmarked it as
Netflix
well.
or-
Yeah.
HBO or something.
It might.
Spielberg is what?
Spielberg's what, Jared? Spielberg's what?
Producing Gremlins 3, and then Tiny
Amazing.
Toons Luniversity.
Oh, these
I
are
knew there was more
great.
Tiny Toons coming. I didn't know Spielberg was involved. Wow.
Oh, he's probably got the rights to it, so he's just signing off.
Yeah. That's great.
Wow, he's doing.
Gremlins 3.
He's just producing though. He's not directing.
Any info on it? Do we have a director? Do we have a writer?
Chris Columbus is he the characters I guess. So their screenplay is Carl Ellsworth.
We know him from anything?
He did The Last House on the Left in 2009. Disturbia in 2007.
That's the
Simone likes that movie, the Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
knockoff. That's a
Interesting.
knockoff
Rear
Hitchcock film, right?
Window. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stupid. I mean, cool. Go for it. But interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we'll have to
yeah,
check
yeah.
that out. Where are we though on this list?
As production design.
Yeah, let's
yeah,
go
best
past production.
production.
Yeah, production design. Go down.
Oh, Quiet, Avatar, Babylon, Elvis,
Elvis
Fableman.
production design, the set designs on Elvis are pretty cool, man. But Avatar, I mean, come on. But Avatar at the same time, isn't it all like a fucking green screen
Yeah, it's a
water
good
tank?
question. Like what?
Like how much do they really do
what
there?
constitutes a set? Yeah.
I mean, like, are we counting the fact that they used new technology as like a set thing? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
If we're going based off just like pure old school sets, Elvis was pretty badass. I can only say that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen Feebleman's, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
Your mic sounds different, Tubes.
Yeah. Maybe the
Tubes.
no. We can still hear you, but
I think you're on the computer mic now.
oh yeah. Hey, so there's the
Oh,
cord.
okay. Well, yeah. Something. Yeah.
Is it back in now? Oh, now I'm back
Yeah.
in.
Yep. There we go.
Well,
Okay.
I wonder how long that went. Man, this is... Jerry, I'm gonna need you to help me pick out
No,
some
it
kind of
was-
mic headphone
It
scenario.
was like seconds. It was like a
What
second.
about
or
now?
two.
Seduce says he
Sadhu?
can't hear me, but I think there's a delay.
But
So
that's probably a delay.
yeah. Good calls, Jerry. Well, let's hurry this up. End this episode, maybe.
Visual effects, All Quiet. I kind of want to see that now. We've seen that's popped up a lot. All Quiet.
Yeah, but we all know
Almost
who's
in
winning that.
We had to
Batman.
read
There you
the
go.
book.
Bite Main.
Like mine.
Yeah, but no one's winning that. That's already that award's already been given out.
Yeah.
I mean, just being honest. Like, come on.
No, yeah,
dudes.
it's gonna go to Avatar. Yeah, it's.
It
gonna go to
if they don't give it to Avatar, I will literally be like mind fucking blown.
Yeah.
Like mind blown.
Avatar.
Yeah, see,
That's
set
exactly
design,
Avatar
set
looks like.
design.
That's
Get
exactly
the.
what Avatar looks like.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Best animated film.
That
Next up,
Pinocchio was
Pinocchio.
good. Yeah, that Pinocchio was real good.
I've
did,
heard.
Serena
did
saw
one of you
Turning
guys see Puss
Red.
in Boots?
No,
I want to see that. I should see that.
I've heard Puss in Boots is a banger.
I've heard that too.
Let's see where that's playing.
I've heard Puss in Boots is a banger.
Because I think it's by the same guys who did Shrek 3, right? Or the Shrek
or
movies.
the Shrek movies, yeah.
Yeah. And so they were saying that, like, clearly they've had this idea just brewing for the last 10 years. And so, they just had to make it. Like, apparently it was just... I hear this movie was just, like, ready to go, and it was brilliant. And yeah. And I say that as someone... I only saw Shrek 1. I never even saw Shrek 2 and 3, and I kind of want to see Puss in Boots.
I really want to see Puss in Boots. I saw all the Shrek films, but I actually want to see Puss in Boots. I know you guys spoke really good things about the Pinocchio film. It won the Golden Globe.
That's cool.
And he went up there and talked.
That's great.
I think he has a lot of pull down south as well, so I won't be surprised if he were to take it down. Just purely based off the fact that he is who he is, as well as you guys saying that it's really good, makes me think that there's a good chance he could win that one. But I'd like to see Puss in Boots. The other ones I really haven't heard of. Turning Red. Yeah, Turning Red is an interesting film. I don't think that's really for me to watch, but because that's about the girl getting her period, right?
Yeah.
But in animation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool film idea, but I'm probably good. Not my favorite topic.
You never know.
I'm just saying, for me, on a personal level, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think Paige. I think my sister told me she really enjoyed the film though, and she told me about it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy! I didn't know that they were doing that."
I remember seeing a trailer for this movie.
Oh yeah.
I did want to see this.
I wanted to see this as well. This looked really cool.
Yeah. Jenny Slate.
And that was on the list there?
Yeah, for best animated.
Okay. I'd like to see that.
short.
I'd like to see that. Good call, Jerry.
Yeah, best animated feature. I didn't know any of these were a thing.
Yeah, I don't even know
The shorts, yeah, some of them pop up on HBO sometimes, but they're hard to find. Because one year I tried to cross everything off the list, and it was complicated. I'm going to go with Elvis for this one.
Costume design?
Yeah. Let's be honest here. If Black Panther were to win that, I'd almost be insulted because it's just like reusing the costumes they used the last time they made the fucking movie. Come on now.
Batman should have been nominated over all of those movies. Like, that's stupid. Like, this is a stupid category.
Nah, I disagree, but all right, moving
Penguin
on.
alone. Take Batman out. Penguin alone. Best costume design.
That's makeup.
Like,
that makeup.
But still, like,
suit.
the way...
And it is on makeup. Batman is on makeup.
All right, well, still, Batman suit. Like, again, like, that's stupid.
I don't know.
Costume
Personally,
design. Like,
I
with the exception of Black Panther, those guys aren't in costumes. Everything, everywhere, at all at once, there are costumes, but they're just wearing shit.
Why are they on there for costume? Oh, for Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, but Nick, they always put period pieces on there.
Again, I just think it's a semantic thing I'm arguing, but I do think that's stupid.
I know, but period pieces, typically period pieces win costume design.
For sure.
I'm going with Elvis. Batman 2, to be honest, Nick, no offense, but they probably just have like 50 different million Batman costumes on the Warner Brother lot. So
exactly.
It's like,
and again, when you see everything everywhere at all at once, it's like, for me, it's like there's no way it's not going to be everything. Like, again, there's actual like costumes in that movie. It's like they're like she's rotating through all these different looks that it's like there's no way it's not that.
It's cool because like with the Elvis, real quick, the one thing I'll say is that there's iconic scenes we all have grown up with. I feel like
white suit, jumpsuit.
Yeah. Well, that's when he's older, right? But like even the leather one or the military
the blue
image,
top.
like all those the infamous photos,
blue suede shoes,
and they match all those up, with like the outfits. And like that's the one thing with Elvis. It's like it's Elvis just by the clothes.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like they best take that down. If they didn't, the movie kind of really failed.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming they didn't let him borrow the clothes. I'm assuming that's all at the museum.
I'm sure that's
at Graceland on display. Yeah.
For sure.
Right? Like, all got to be on Graceland in display.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, Jerry.
But was that
well, then
costume
makeup.
design?
That was costume, and then we had
and then live action.
Best live action shot.
Short.
Short.
Live action short. I haven't seen
why
any of
is
these.
Top Gun in best live action? Like, that's what
short.
This
But it's just this is the short.
Short. Yeah, shorts. Yeah. I thought the same thing because
I was like, what?
My Jerry shared screen. This has nothing to do with you, Jerry. It's a little out of focusy, so it's harder to read. The tiny text that, and I'm going blind because I'm on my other monitor. Okay. Well, I don't know any of those. Okay, makeup and hair. Nick, obviously, you're going Batman. You keep mentioning the Penguin.
But again, also here, I would say, why isn't everything everywhere once nominated here? Like the makeup and the they're like, here's a character. We're gonna show you this character like 60 different ways. It's in all of the categories except for the ones where it's like it really should be here. Like that's so weird.
I think they're honestly too because this is like something they do every year. There's probably like fine details that we don't think about. Either get you in the get you nominated. Yeah, also, I'm sure. Here's the other thing. I do know this. They like go out like the studio, whoever makes the movie, like pushes for them to get certain nominations. Yeah. So the everything all out. Yeah, the everything all at once. People could have been like, I don't know, maybe only going after certain. I don't know how this all works. Yeah. I'm sure there's some politics to it. You know what I'm saying, Nick?
It's all politics. It's all politics.
But yeah, all right. So hairstyle, I'm gonna go with none of those because I don't even know. They all seem the same.
So they were looking at his clothes at Graceland, and they noticed that they had some replicas of his clothes, and they looked at the company that made the replicas for Graceland. Contacted the company. The company made the clothes for the movie.
Oh, that's cool. So it's the company that made the costumes for Graceland.
The replicas, not the originals.
But it's close to the original.
Yeah, the second.
But it's like Graceland approved.
Yeah, the people who gave them the blueprints or whatever it is in Fabric Worlds. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, blueprint sounds right, Jerry. You run with blueprints.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Great fact pulling up there, Jerry. All right, is that the end here? Just makeup and hair at the end, or we got more?
There's always more.
Oh, original score. I'm a big score guy. Don't let them fucking get rid of that one. I didn't
only that one. I remember it being epic.
Yeah, a lot of great music.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'd like to see that. The Babylon soundtrack seemed like it was going to be cool, but I heard bad things about that movie. Because it's supposed to be like a jazzy vibe. Do you know a jazzy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it seemed like it was going to be cool.
A sound, all quiet. I mean, a lot of war sounds.
Batman, and I honestly hear, Nick, you want to hear a hot take? Oh, yeah. I guess that's original music, or original score. I would have been so pissed if Batman was up for original score, purely based off the fact that they played Nirvana instead of Batman music when he went into the fucking cave.
For sure, but that wouldn't be under score. That'd be under soundtrack. The score would be the.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if they actually did the Batman music, it would have been under score. Because the Batman music is technically a score, not a song.
Well, but there's two. Well, I think that would be counted as soundtrack, and then the stuff by Michael Giacchino, the guy that wrote like all the music for like Up and all that. That like because there is a score for Batman. Like Batman has like everyone in the movie has a theme that's orchestral. So
no, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying the traditional Batman music that they play when he goes into the cave.
For sure, but I don't think that's what they'd be counting. I think they'd be counting like the Batman theme. Or like the Catwoman theme or the Riddler.
Yeah. That is what they're counting. But I'm saying that they didn't have a good one for the new Batman. That's why they're not in score.
Yeah,
because sucked.
I would disagree. No, dude, it's Michael Giacchino. He's like an award-winning. He wrote
shit. Sucked.
Dude, you're tripping.
Wait, up the Pixar film.
Dude, he's like
I don't like that either.
But again, look up Michael Giacchino. He's an award-winning composer. To say that
I'm sure he's good, but like it's not. I'm not blaming him too. Like it's the director's fault that they didn't fucking put in Batman music.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is just kind of
when he's being Batman.
What? Like it's like, dude, you've got an award-winning composer. Like nominate him. What are you doing?
I was watching this video real quick on TikTok, and the kid said they like Nirvana, and they're like, I don't know that song from Batman.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's where we're at now. Yeah. I don't know if that's maybe that's the meme itself, is they're just pulling the leg right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I wonder, do kids listen to Nirvana these days? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Was that the end, Jerry? Wait. They didn't give for original. Feeblemans didn't get it for Oh, they did. Okay, well there you go. Too.
Score.
We already know who's.
John Williams.
Yeah, we know who should win that.
John Williams. Yeah, John
Yeah.
Williams.
Come on, bro. That's the godfather of fucking scoring movies here. Best sound.
I also would have said too, if you would have asked me, I would have said John Williams retired years ago. That's actually kind of surprising.
He retired. He retired from Star Wars, I think.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking.
And maybe with Feebleman's because it's about his career.
It's like,
Spielberg's
you wrote
career.
The movies. You wrote the music for these movies, yeah.
Yeah, for Jaws and stuff. Like he did it. So maybe he was like, "Look, John, you got to come back." Because when he won the Golden Globe, when Spielberg won for Best Director, he immediately shouted out John Williams, and John Williams and him were sharing a table. That's John didn't win the Golden Globe, unfortunately. I forget what won the Golden Globe. I think the Banshees won. The Banshees of Esshire.
Yeah.
I think that one for best score, which that it's got that Irishy, fiddly music going. So I can see why that one, because they like to give it to stuff like that.
For best
score,
not song. Okay, score.
Yeah. But yeah, John Williams was there, Nick D. He is looking very old.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there.
Because I feel like the last time I saw him was like Star Wars days, and he definitely was looking up there. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he retired. I'm almost positive that there was a whole big deal with like he retired after the last Saga film. So he hasn't done anything.
So he didn't do
since.
Rogue. He didn't do. Wow. Okay.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah.
I still.
Anyways, I don't know. All right, that's the end though, Jerry, huh? With the sound.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you know what? We haven't gone that long.
There's like a couple of those movies I really want to see.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of movies I want to see. Definitely a bunch of
and
Feebleman's and Everything All at Once are the two for me on top of my list. I'm telling you two, I think both of you will enjoy Elvis.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Oh yeah, for me it's Whale, Banshees, and I'll check out Elvis. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see Triangle of Sadness. I gotta see Triangle of Sadness.
See that.
I gotta see Triangle of Sadness. Here's what I'll say. I really liked a Whale, but I'd recommend Elvis way before I'd recommend Whale.
Okay.
And it's crazy too. Like, actually, I don't know. Like, I was gonna say I'm surprised I didn't see Elvis in theaters and saw Whale in theaters. But the one thing about Whale that I liked about seeing it in theaters is when you're seeing something in theaters, you can't look at your phone, right? Like you can't. Yeah. And so it was good for me to see Whale in the theater because I think that's why I actually really enjoyed it because I was really focused on it. Yeah, where normally I might, in some of those low points, I might have looked at my phone for a moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That really does affect it. Yeah, it really does affect a movie.
But I will say with Elvis, though, I paid attention the whole time because I was intrigued. It caught my attention immediately. I was like, oh. Yeah. Because I don't know shit about Elvis. My family wasn't my mom was a big rock and roller, not a country or, I don't know what Elvis, like, I guess it's country, technically.
Yeah, like.
He was
rock
and roll.
Yeah, he was like he was proto-rock, and then rock kind of came after him. Like, he was like country and blues and R&B. He was whatever was selling records. He just put out tunes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do we have Nick D's DC what is it, news report?
Yeah, like the James Gunn announced 10, Warner Brothers announced 10 upcoming projects, and I think they start I know the Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson has a date of like March 3rd.
That mic pretty hard there, Tubes.
I'm sorry,
2025.
I'm sorry. I was leaning hella forward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I think like Superman's coming in like 2025. Like
a new one or
like a whole new actor, There's gonna be a new Batman, a new Superman, there's Lanterns. We're getting a Wonder Woman show that's supposed to be like Game of Thrones. The stream ended. I don't know if that's just on my end.
Are they still doing
Jerry, that's you know that happened, right?
Patterson?
Yeah.
Patterson? Are they still doing that separately or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think so.
Until it's not doing well.
And they're doing the Joker.
Yeah, I feel like that was too far in for them to cancel that, from what it sounded like. Plus,
Yeah,
he
they've
won an
already begun
Oscar.
filming. Yeah.
He won an Oscar for the first one. James Gunn can't tell somebody who won an Oscar for the first one that he can't make the second one. Where with like a lot of this other stuff. So let me ask you this though: is Shazam 3 already's been wiped clean? Because that seemed kind of like a dick move to do to something before the movies even come out. What if Shazam 2 comes out and it's blockbuster?
So I mean, that's the thing. He had a comment the other day. I think I brought this up last week where he said that like, oh, I look forward to working with The Rock and that director again, as if he was like, no, nothing's canceled. Like it's just there's a new timeline now. Like maybe we will get back to it. He also said, I think today, he made it very clear. He's like, I never fired Henry Cavill. There was never going to be another Superman movie. So when I took over, I started a new Superman project. So he's like, just for the record, there was no talks with Cavill.
Yeah,
and I was like,
right.
I don't know if I believe that.
But real
like,
quick,
I feel like I've
getting
heard
back.
that.
Skipping all that though, hold on, Nick. With what you just said, that has to do with The Rock. That movie flopped. Who gives a fuck? But Shazam hasn't even come out. Like, how can you make a list of?
You said Shazam, and I
yeah,
hit my
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Sorry. My bad.
But how are you gonna have a list of movies you're gonna make when the movie's about to come out next month? The first one did really good numbers, and you're gonna I don't know. I love James Gunn, but I kind of think that's it's a bold, weird statement to be like, hey. F this film, whether it does good or not. I'm not even going to put it on my list as a possibility.
Well, I think weird. I got an answer for that. Because I do think, one, like, that actor has talked about how, like, him and James Gunn are, like, friends. So it's like, I kind of feel like that guy's job is safe. I think there will be a Shazam 3. And 2, we still have Flashpoint. Flashpoint's going to be the reset button. So it's like, when Flashpoint comes out at the end of the year, it's very possible that they write in a little scene with Shazam where it's like, guess what? You just jumped over to this next universe. So it's like, it's very possible that, like, you know, like maybe Black Adam will be in that movie. We don't know. Like, and again, like the Flash movie's still the reset. That's still coming.
Yeah,
and he also said today when they dropped this that he's like, Flashpoint's the best comic book movie there is. And it's like, okay, buddy.
And it's weird too. Like why are we getting another Batman?
We're getting a whole new Justice League. There's a new Wonder Woman, Superman. That Batman is not in this universe. That Batman and that Joker exist in different.
No, I get that. But like, this is like, stay away from Batman for the time being.
As a Batman guy, I disagree. I want more Batman. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, because it's like same kind of thing where I wanted Affleck to come back or Michael Keaton to come back. I would have loved it if there's like, this is this Batman and this is that. Like,
no, yeah,
I want as many Bat movies as possible.
I dig that too, Nick, and I wanted that as well. But my whole thing is, if we're not getting that, let's take a break and really restart for a minute.
And with this one too, what's sick about this? Why I'm going to be like, no, let him do it. Is this is going to be based off of the Grant Morrison. So, dude, like this could potentially be like this is
the best Batman movie.
This is like one of the greatest.
And it says what I'm already liking about it. I'm just being a naysayer, Nick.
No,
I'm being loose. Yeah. I'm very strong. I have very strong feelings about the Shazam situation. I really do, because I like that first movie. I really enjoyed. And I like that actor.
I still need to see that. Yeah, I like that actor too. That guy's great.
But I've been pushing for Robin to make an appearance for a hot minute, and I've said it's kind of baloney that we haven't seen Robin pop up. And I love how instantly it says Batman and Robin story. So that off tops makes me think like. And here's the thing too: if they're gonna do Batman versus Superman at some point and do a better version of that, Robin got to die and all that. Like we got to build up a Robin at some point.
And there's also like implications of like, I wonder what Batman this is going to be, depending on where this story starts. Like, because we're basically talking about Batman R.I.P. And in Batman R.I.P., like Robin is Batman and his son is now the Robin. Like, so it's like we don't even necessarily know if this is going to be Bruce Wayne. This could be Nightwing as Batman. Because when they show Batman Brave and the Bold and they show the image for this, like if you scroll down or something, they show that comic, which is like, that's not Batman. That's actually Nightwing. And so I'm just like, yeah, right there. That's Damian and Nightwing. So Batman's long dead in this scene. These are the two Robins figuring out what to do. And so, again, like it's like this Batman could not even be Wayne, you know?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
What? We go back to that list real quick. I was just reading everything that was on that list.
The Authority, that's going to be sick. The Authority's great. I'm hyped as much as I wanted more Cavill. I'm hyped about a new Superman. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, like again, Tom King is amazing. Like that could be also one of the best things to come out because that run is amazing.
And Batwoman
And
got
then Swamp
scrapped.
Thing. Batwoman's done, yeah, and maybe not forever, but it's for sure scrapped, yeah. And but maybe we see her pop up again.
And that never came
Who?
out. They didn't even shot it. Nothing, huh? Right?
They deleted it, yeah. Like Warner Brothers like got rid of it.
For which one?
Batgirl or Batwoman.
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah. They
Batgirl.
filmed it.
No, you're right,
and, like,
Batgirl. You're right, Batgirl.
finished it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were just like, nah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was all
Mhm.
done. It was ready to come out, and at the last second, Warner Brothers were like, "No." They knew. I think what it was is they knew it wasn't going to be good. I think they saw it and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly." Swamp Thing. Yeah, Swamp Thing will be sick. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're dude. I think you're exactly right. I think you're 100% right.
Oh, maybe it's back in. I don't know.
There you
I
go.
can't
Now
hear
you're
you.
back.
And then, all right. I don't know. Sadu, if you were watching, I don't know how long that was for.
Yeah, we need to get you different.
You know
I
what it
think
is,
just
Jerry?
Keeps coming unplugged.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah,
It keeps coming unplugged now. It's weird.
yeah.
Anyways,
It's easy.
I think those
Easy to
5
fix.
movies, those are all tonally very different things. And I think that's actually, like he said, his plan. He's got like a long, like 15-year plan or whatever. Forget what he said. Um, and if those are your starting points, all of those start in different worlds. Even though you have Superman and Supergirl, they're still vastly different stories. Like they're not. So it is kind of cool that it's like, oh, okay, those are the original anchors, and then go down to the TV shows, and then you've got Preacher Commandos, another monster thing. You've got Waller, so Suicide Squad. That's basically what that is. Lanterns, finally introducing Green Lantern in like a show. Paradise Lost is the Wonder Woman prequel. That's basically going to be Game of Thrones. And then Booster Gold. Booster Gold's a silly superhero that has like crazy powers that yeah, like it's
so is the
Booster
John
Gold's
Cena show
like
over?
a fun. No, this is just what's being pushed now. I'm sure John Cena will be fit in what you know what I mean. Like I'm like yeah, John Cena's not going anywhere. Harley Quinn's not
But-
going. The stuff that works, they're gonna keep. They're
I
gonna
wonder
pop
if
up
he
in
just
Waller.
pops up. That's what I was about to say. If he's just now, if
Yeah.
his show just becomes Waller.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got a second season. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it says James Gunn doesn't have time for Peacemaker right now. Doom Patrol exclusive. Huh. Interesting. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So now that one too is like I really like that first season of Peacemaker. Like it's kind of a shame we're not going to get more Peacemaker.
No. It says this is coming in between seasons 1 and 2. So it's gonna go season 1. It's gonna go Peacemaker, Waller.
Oh, I didn't.
Second season of Peacemaker.
Oh, the show will take place between. Yeah, I see that now. It's funny because
That's gonna be sick.
I read this show. I read the sentence beneath that and not that.
Oh, I see. I didn't. Yeah,
I just read
see.
this
I
is
didn't get
because
that
James
far.
Gunn doesn't have time for Peacemaker right now.
Oh, and it's going to be written by the Doom Patrol people. I hear Doom Patrol is great.
I watched the first season of Doom Patrol.
That's cool. Do you think they're gonna have a interesting take on Waller?
I really like Doom Patrol. It's just I actually should go back to it, but I'd probably need to restart it at this point.
I hear it's great. I also need to finish the Umbrella Academy. I never finished.
I still need to watch Sandman. I don't know why that just dawned on me. I was like, fuck, I never watched
I've been
Sandman.
talking about that. Yeah, I need to watch Sandman.
I need to watch Sandman. It's comic things. See that Nick. I know what you're saying about Batman. It's like the same way I kind of feel about Star Wars, or I used to feel about Star Wars. Where I'm like, give me all of it.
Just keep it coming.
But then it starts to get to where there's just too much of all of it, and I feel overwhelmed. So I'm like, everybody needs to slow it down because there's too much good stuff out there, and like something like Sandman slips by me.
Yeah.
And then it got canceled instantly. I'm pretty sure, right? And they like pulled all that dude's stuff. He had like a multi-contract with him and shit.
Yeah.
And they were gonna do a bunch of his stuff, and like after Sandman, they're like, nope, done.
Netflix, dude. They're the
Well, it's not
worst.
just Netflix though. I mean, well, it is. It is Netflix is kind of the worst, but it's just too much stuff.
Yeah. It's interesting, like, because The Last of Us, I'm in like 15 years, in like 20 years, we're gonna be like, right now we're all so burnt out on zombie shit that zombies are done, right? But I am enjoying The Last of Us. But there's times when I'm like, I really like this, but this just reminds me of The Walking Dead, or I really like this, but it's like we give me something a little fresh so that it's not just The Walking Dead. It's funny to think in like 10 years there's going to be a really awesome superhero thing that's like, man, I'm so burnt out on superhero shows, but I really like this one. You know what I mean? Like, just that kind of natural progression of we run things into the ground. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be great to see like some good zombie stuff. No offense to The Last of Us, but I mean, like, I think there's a space for like, speaking of zombies, like a Living Dead vibe.
yeah,
We haven't had that in a hot minute, where they actually
yeah,
are
exactly.
the
Or like,
Living Dead.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm kind of
like
burnt
where
on
they
this
actually
whole.
come out of the graveyards. Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah,
let's
exactly,
return
Nick.
to that. Let's
Yeah,
return to
dude,
that.
that's what I'm saying, man. Where they're like
Yeah.
some of them are straight up skeletons,
Yeah, yeah,
Evil
yeah.
Deady style. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
I want that. I'm kind of bored with this whole. No offense to Last of Us, but like, yo, here we go again. Here's Resident Evil, but more serious.
Yeah, and it seems like ever since 28 Days Later, every zombie's super fast now, and it's
Those
like,
movies
well,
are amazing, though, man. Those
yeah,
are,
and they
they
work,
did set the
but
bar.
it's now just like they're all samey.
Yeah.
And then you got that Brad Pitt one where it's like, oh, they're like ants in the water.
Oh,
You're
and they
"Oh,
like
that's kinda
climb
cool.
on
That was
each
a new one."
other. World War
At
Z.
least I
Yeah.
like it when they add new little wrinkles,
Yeah.
and it's like,
That was
Yeah.
cool. I did
That
like
was
that
super
little
cool.
wrinkle where they were able to climb on each other to become like
Yeah.
a string. But I still miss the oldie ones, you know?
yeah,
Like,
I feel you.
and like where you could like kick them, like Shaun of the Dead and stuff, where you're like kicking them over and you're like, I can run by them and stuff. But when there's too many, you can kind of get cornered, and it's, I don't know, I just like that. Like the whole, you can get away.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, all right. I mean, we hit an hour and a half, boys. I feel like it's a pretty good show. I've been having mic issues. I apologize to do. I think there's not much else that we got to add on from this DC thing, Nick.
No, that's it. What are you guys gonna watch this week? Or play? Are you guys still playing Breath of the Wild?
I'm playing Breath of the Wild.
Oh, and Stardew. Yeah.
I'm 2 episodes away from
Deep
finishing.
in Stardew.
Yeah, I see you, Jerry. Because when I got on to play Breath of the Wild, I saw you're playing Stardew, and I was like, oh,
I see you playing yours, and I'm just like, I got some farming to do.
yeah.
Gotta
Well,
get this community center built.
I mean, I've been keeping up with my Fortnite stuff. I got up the other night. I think I hit a hundo too. I was pretty excited about that. But I definitely got to try to play
Yeah.
more. Because I also, Nick, I want to start Pokemon with you at some point.
Yeah, I'd finished Bayonetta,
got
so
2
I'm down
more.
whenever.
And I want to play that. And like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start Metroid tonight.
But yeah, I'm 2 episodes away from finishing White Lotus season 1. So I'll probably finish that and maybe talk about that next week with you boys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that, but other than that, like, I've been watching the Goldbergs. Really enjoying that.
Hell yeah.
New season of How I Met Your Father started, but I'm letting those. I want a couple of those to build up and marinate
Yeah,
before
yeah,
I start them, so that there's like 2 or 3 for me to marathon a little bit,
for sure.
Yep.
you know, and then
Get a
maybe I'll
feel
go to
for it.
weekly. Yeah, get a little 40 minutes or something. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
But other than that, no, I have no plans. I mean, BK
Yeah.
was talking about going to the movies to see. Oh, I want to see. There is a movie I want to go see. I was going to ask you, Nick, if you want to go to the drive-in. Infinity Pool.
Dude, I do want to see that. I hear that movie's fucked up.
It looked fucked up.
Yeah.
I've seen a poster. Of
Yeah.
I keep
I
seeing.
want to see that. It's like body horror, right?
I've seen the trailer online a couple times pop up.
Yeah.
And
Mia
then we'll-
Goth and Skarsgård.
When me and BK went and saw The Whale, they played the trailer, and that looked. It looks really interesting, and I'm pretty sure it's at the drive-in. So I was like, oh, that'd be a cool drive-in movie.
I do want to see that. Yeah, count me in when you're doing that.
Yeah, we should do that maybe later this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jerry, anything for you?
We started rewatching Parks and Rec from the beginning.
Oh wow.
What's that on?
We watched on Peacock.
Oh, the
I
cock.
still think that's got one of the all-time greatest theme songs. Like
Oh, yeah.
Parks and Rec, just like it's up there with like the Seinfeld bass line. Like it's and the Office, it's just such a catchy little riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
We could keep watching Trigun. Gonna keep
Hell yeah.
watching that.
I'm watching Chainsaw Man tonight.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Gotta watch Dudesy. Gotta.
Yeah, I gotta
Oh
watch
my
the new
God.
Dudesy.
I never think of watching that whenever I'm on Is that's on YouTube, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to like
I do it
just
when
sub
I'm
to it.
washing dishes.
Is that a
Yeah,
good one?
exactly.
Is that one where I need to start from the beginning? What do you boys think?
I mean,
would say watch the first like 5 or 7 because that's pretty much what most of the segments are based off of. Is like that first couple.
Yeah.
Then after that, they're all just fucking random, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, like watch like the first like 5, and then just start jumping into the newest one. And then if you want to go back, like if you need just something in the background, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
you
no
don't
bad
really.
episodes.
Yeah.
There's not really a narrative other than every episode they get a score, but their score so far is meaningless.
And they do explain everything where that when they do the, so like my favorite segments are the like Stone Cold reading the diary and like some
Anything
of the
Macho Man
voices.
related.
But they give you a
Jesse
quick
Ventura.
recap of what this is of like, ooh, the AI wrote this diary for Will that's not real and it has him read in Stone Cold, so they give you a quick
He makes Chad
recap.
read, or it makes Chad read old scripts, and so you could start an episode and you're like, oh, this is clearly like the middle of the script. I'm sure if you go back a couple episodes, you'll see like where it starts.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
But yeah, you don't have to do it in order.
Yeah. No, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the Steamies on H3.
Steamies.
Yeah.
What's
Instead of the Streamies, he has the Steamies.
Oh.
Like it's a
Like
steaming pile of
Randy.
shit kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So he's making
Okay.
fun of it. Yeah.
Mhm,
And they give like away like most cringe clip or like all of his
Yeah.
categories are like jacked up.
Yeah.
And I think he's got Logan Paul's buddy Mike coming in. I think they got what's that hot chick's name? She used to date Logan Paul. She's another YouTuber. I don't know. They got a bunch of like weird like cameos coming in for the episode and stuff. Real quick because this is just on my mind. Remember that song Friday from like 2008, Jared?
Friday. Yeah,
Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
Dude, I hadn't thought about that in forever. And they had her come on Monday's episode of H3. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Her whole story about like how that all happened and like her just, this is a weird side note to go off on, but man, really took me by surprise. Very interesting story.
Mhm.
Very, very sad.
And she's still
part of
is
it.
she still doing it? Like,
Yeah,
is she
she's still doing
making-
music. She has a new album
Okay,
coming
wow.
out.
That's great.
She's on
That's
tour
great.
and everything. It sounds like it all worked out for her, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
But she dealt with a lot of
rough though. Yeah,
Very rough.
in the middle of it.
very rough, man. Very crazy.
In like her personal life, you mean?
Yeah,
Just
like
people
death
fucking
threats.
bullied the shit out of her.
Had
for
to
that
leave
song.
school. Like
Damn.
it's all like it's kind of Tosh.0's fault in a weird way because it originally popped up on his like website forum and that's where it like gained traction and went crazy. But they H3, they did like a deep dive. They found it too. Like their original comment wasn't like that bad. Like they even like they made fun of the producer. Like who wrote these lyrics for this little girl is kind of where they were coming from.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily attacking Rebecca Black. It's just
Yeah.
it's interesting how all that kind of stuff falls apart.
That is interesting.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
crazy.
glad she came out the other side of it. Like that's
100%. Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool. I just hadn't thought of that song, and I know we used to like.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that song was hilarious.
Yeah, for sure.
The song was.
sure.
I mean, to be honest, it's fire because it's so funny. Like that's amazing.
It's wormed its way in. Yeah, that song. You'll remember that song for the rest of your life.
She has a remix version. I haven't listened to it, but I'll have to check that out.
Good. She should try to like own it. I love that. That's
yeah,
great.
Yeah,
That's great.
she's on Spotify. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
All right, boys. that's a weird way to end the show, but we'll end the show with our weird.
Everyone go to
remembering,
Spotify and look up Rebecca Black.
and
She's
she's
to
on
Friday and listen to her newest one.
she's on YouTube too, for sure. So you could definitely find her
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube. Whoa.
Really quick, last thing, and then we'll go because I think you said something about this about YouTube not too long ago. I heard this about Spotify. I was listening to a bass player talk about it. You have to listen to the first 40 seconds of a song for them to get paid. So if you skip even 1 second in, to my understanding, the artist doesn't get paid. And so I now am like,
Nah.
oh wow.
Not on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I feel like you said something about YouTube about something
It's
like
about
that.
it's
and
about
I just
amount it's
dislaughed.
about amount of time watched. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you skip to necessarily because
Yeah.
they're doing like 2 hour, 3 hour like live podcast or whatever. So it's the amount of time, screen time
Yeah.
watched.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
Spotify, you've got to listen to second 41, and then they get their 2 cents or whatever it is that they get paid to play. Yeah. And I was like,
So
I
so
didn't
if
know
you
that.
skip the first 5 seconds of a song, they make zero.
The way I heard it, at least the way it was not explained to me. I was watching a YouTube video that like if you skip ahead at all, there's no payment. You've got to play from 0 to 41. Because I know I'm dragging this. The last thing I'll say is that that band Wolfpack, they actually made an album that was 42 seconds of silence, and they asked their fans, they're like, just put this on while you sleep. There's no music to it, so just play it for 24 hours straight, and we'll get money. And it worked. Like, and so it's just 40. If you get past second 41 or second 40, that's when it officially counts. And so they're like, oh, we're gonna make an album of silence, and that's how we're gonna combat this bullshit.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should come out with an album of silence.
Spotify has since taken it down, but they were able to, make something happen before Spotify was like, all right, you can't do that. Yeah.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
Super cool. All right. Well,
Peace. Sidhu, thanks for coming out.
he's already
Anyone else in
gone.
the chat? I can't see the chat. Anyone else in the chat? Thank you for coming out. Any Trainers Tavern?